What's going on, everybody? My name is Adam. Welcome to Sanctify Studios, where I like to create and examine content with a sanctifying biblical view. I've been focusing heavily on reacting to Christian music lately because I really want to highlight those artists who are being intentional about creating sanctifying and biblical content. But I've also been doing interviews on my podcast, Sanctify Radio, and I'll be producing music out of this studio for things like my band, Classic Disaster, and other projects in the future. So if that's something that you're interested in, then you can do me a huge favor. You can leave this video a thumbs up, you can hit the subscribe button, and you can hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when new videos arrive. And go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know who you are and what bands you want to see on this page. With all that being said, I hope you enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and take a look at the brand new August Burns Red single, Backfire. Now, I really enjoyed their last single, Ancestry. And if you haven't seen my reaction to that video, you can go check it out now or later, whenever you want to. But I really enjoyed that song. I think with these new singles, they're bringing in some crazy energy and anger and emotion and passion. And if the name suits the song, it looks like they're going to be bringing in some fire for this song. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and check it out. Here is Backfire by August Burns Red. All right, going right into it, and we're getting fire. Oh, nice. Woo. Love that guitar that's just kind of layered on top of there, layered on top of the chugs. Oh man. Woo. All right. Ooh, nice. I like that lead line there. Ooh. Oh, okay, all right. Great lead lines here. Ooh. Ooh, going in some blast beats. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, love that panning. Love it. Going into the blast beats again. It's going crazy, man. Woo. Oh, that was a sneaky little four tom that was in there. Oh man. Getting some sparks now. I love what's going on here. Ooh. I was gonna say earlier, like, can you hear the emotion in the vocals? But you can even hear it in the guitars here right now too. Man. I love it. Getting those harmonies in now. Ooh, so good. Man. That was a solid song. I love it. Man, Backfire. So already, like, the video gives us some pictures, obviously, of the band in this room, dark room, and they're all wearing dark clothing in the fire. So it really accentuates the fire that's around them, and it's super cool. I love a set like that, and they really pulled it off really well. I love that the other scene that we got was kind of this like rally, this group of people that were coming in to protest and revolt and waving the flag, the August Burns red flag. And man, it was just a really, really cool video altogether. But you could tell too that this was a song. I love how August Burns Red does a really good job of writing songs that are like your big brother kind of like screaming in your ear a little bit, like, you know, pull yourself together. Why are you doing these things? We believe in you, and we forgive you, so forgive yourself. You know, like these kind of big brother mantras, if you will, just reminding you of truths and reminding you of things that you need to put your mind towards and think about. Especially with the lead singer having his organization, Heart Support, really wanting to speak encouragement to people and encouragement to find purpose and to continue living, to continue moving forward, to continue looking for hope. You know, that is one of the things that August Burns Red does best. And you can hear that in the way that he's screaming and yelling and singing. You can hear that emotion of like, come on, guys, come on, let's all come together here and wave this flag. And I think that this is a song about self-reflecting at the things that we have done as people. And I heard in there in the lyrics, we refuse to wave the flag of defeat. And I think that this song, just from what I could hear, is a song about surrender, that we need to rally together, seemingly to be offensive, right? Seemingly rally together to protest and to revolt, but it's actually rallying together to admit surrender, that we need to surrender, that we need to let go, that we need to self-reflect, and we need to look back at the things that we've been doing. And we'll dive into the lyrics right now, and you know, I'll find out if I'm right or wrong. But that's the kind of feeling I'm getting there. Like, guys, let's come together here and let's reevaluate what we've been doing here, and let's collectively surrender the bad so that we can rise up in the good. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting. So let's go ahead and check out these lyrics. And by the way, again, like, the emotion was there for the lyrics, the emotion was there for the music, those guitars. You could definitely tell that they were just bringing in just a little extra character to those guitars, and I absolutely love that. I love when you can express emotion through an instrument, and they definitely did that in this song. So let's go ahead and look at these lyrics here. Starting off with the beginning, witness the blind, now leading the enraged. Okay, witness the blind, now leading the enraged. Losing our sight, we've lost our way. We find ourselves welcoming moral decay. Oof, we have lost our way. So that first couple of lines there, like, we have all definitely experienced this in the religious circles and political circles and social circles, where you get these people who are blind themselves and they're one-sided and they're dogmatic, and yet they're leading all of these people who are angry about injustices, who are angry about sin, or angry about the way that they see the country is going. And so these blind people are leading the enraged people, and it's causing us all to just lose sight and lose our way. And we find, I love that line there, we find ourselves welcoming moral decay. We're welcoming, we're welcoming this attitude of getting rid of the things that unite us. We're so focused on the things that divide us that we're not focused on the things that actually unite us, which is our humanity, our morality. We've lost our way. Entombed by deception, we find lies where there is nothing but truth. We find lies. Entombed by deception. I love that. Again, part of the blind leading the enraged. They use deception. We find lies where there's nothing but truth. The deception is what is leading us into those lies. And I wonder if the thought here behind these lyrics is just that we're focused so much on the lies and we're not willing to see the truth there. Thoughts of conceiting are wasted on our youth. You cry deceit and you never, never surrender while refusing to wave the flags of defeat. So again, I think humbleness, right? Thoughts of conceiting are wasted on our youth. We don't humble ourselves. We don't admit when we're wrong. We don't try to see the other side. We don't try to see the other perspective. And so because we're choosing not to concede and because we're choosing not to see the other side of some of these arguments, the youth is left to kind of just figure this out and find their own way because we're not willing to surrender. We're not willing to admit when we've done something wrong. We're just going to continue in the deceit. We're going to continue in the moral decay. And it's the youth that really are suffering because of that. Stoke the fires and fire up those who are looking for a leader. Accepting a loss won't be the end. You can always get back up and fight again. It's hard to accept that your theories are just fallacies. The downtrodden are feeling trampled. Stockholm Syndrome has afflicted the masses, enamored with those who always kept them in shambles. My suffering is not your fault. Your victories, they are your own. How did we get here? To a place where we blame those we've never met for our misfortune. How did we get here? There are signs everywhere. All of you are asleep. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Man, I love these lines. So going back to the stoke the fires here. Stoke the fires and fire up those who are looking for a leader. Accepting a loss won't be the end. So this is an encouragement. So like, here's the situation that we have been in, right? Moral decay. We're being led by the blind and we're looking for a leader. We're so focused on trying to find a leader that matches our anger, that matches our enraged state. And so we're only willing to follow those who are in our own echo chambers, right? But it's saying here that accepting a loss won't be the end. Like, it's not the end of the world if you admit that you're wrong. It's not the end of the world if you actually step back and examine some of the things that you believe and see if they're actually true or not. The next line here is, you can always get back up and fight again. It's hard to accept that your theories are just fallacies. Some of the things that we might base our lives on, maybe some of the things that you base your religion and doctrine on, maybe some of the things that you based your politics on, maybe they're fallacies. Maybe they're not even true. I know we talk a lot on this page about how church and doctrine is so important, but we have to know what truth is. We have to know what the Bible actually says. And if we're believing something that the Bible doesn't even say, well, then we're believing in a fallacy. Our image of Christianity, if it's based off of what other people tell us or based off of what maybe even the modern church tells us or some pastor who they aren't viewing the Bible rightly, we're believing in a fallacy. We have to bring it back to the Bible and be able to say, does the Bible even say those things? So we have to be careful because not only can that happen in churches, but that can happen in politics, that can happen in business, that can happen in relationships. We have to know that what we believe is actually the truth and not a fallacy. And as the song continues, the downtrodden are feeling trampled because of these theories and fallacies that you have, and you're so wanting to cling to those theories and fallacies, you're forgetting that there are hurting people in the world right now who need Jesus, who need hope, who need truth, and you're more focused on these theories and fallacies than actually delivering truth in love. And the Stockholm Syndrome has afflicted the masses I'm sure on both sides. I'm sure this isn't just speaking to one side of a people group here, but all sides, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, whether you're a Christian or a non-Christian, whether you're a social justice warrior or you're, concerned with making sure that politics looks a certain way. Like, we have been hit with Stockholm Syndrome because of these deceitful, blind leaders who take advantage of our rage and take advantage of our passion and lead us away from the things that really matter. And so my suffering is not your fault. Your victories, they are your own. How did we get here to a place where we blame those that we've never met for our misfortune? Like, this is just pointing out the problems, pointing out the things that we're dealing with right now. How did we get here? There are signs everywhere. All of you are asleep. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Endless belief in a liar leads to a violent backfire. Endless belief in a liar leads to a violent backfire. Man, that is a line. And, unfortunately, again, same thing. We have to be careful because this doesn't just happen in politics. This happens in churches. This happens in businesses. This happens in relationships. Any kind of organized institution that has people, involved with it is going to be imperfect. But unfortunately, we like to serve a leader. We like to follow someone. We like to put someone up on a pedestal and say, that's the guy that I'm going to back. That's the guy that I'm behind. That's the guy that I believe in. This is the guy that I trust. I trust the things that he's saying. And we do this in the form of putting our faith in a president. We do this in the form of putting our faith in other politicians, in the form of putting our faith in athletes, or maybe even celebrities, or right now even like this world of podcasting and YouTube videos and everything. You put your faith in some person who's on the internet. And unfortunately, this happens in churches too, where we put our faith and trust in youth leaders and in pastors and in worship leaders and in entire churches. We all found out what happened these last couple of years with the controversy and scandal of Liberty University, and with Mars Hill, Mark Driscoll, with Hillsong and the pastors there. We found out what happened with the Southern Baptist Convention and some of the drama that happened with John MacArthur. These things happen where some of them, it might be misunderstandings, and you know what? A lot of them really should admit when they've done something wrong, and a lot of them refuse to, and other times they're just liars. Like, these people are just in positions they just shouldn't be in. And the people in the churches just don't know any better. They think that they're following God. They think that they're following truth. They think that they're following God's anointed. And they think that all these people who are trying to call out the truth, and all these people who are trying to point out in some of these cases, abuse that's happening within these churches, they're just attacking God. They're just attacking the kingdom. They want to see the kingdom fall. And we have to stand strong. We have to keep going. I love that this song is saying that what does it say right here in this line? That you can always get up, you can always get back up and fight again. Accepting a loss won't be the end. It will not be the end of the world if you admit that what you have done is wrong. We need people who are willing to admit when they have done something wrong, and we need people who are willing to repent, change course, and surrender their pride, surrender their ego, surrender the lies, surrender the theories, surrender the fallacies that they live in. I know I've said this before, and I will continue to say it, that God is not concerned with your perceived reputation, how the world sees you and how the outside world sees you, and this perfect picture that you're putting out. God is not concerned with your perceived reputation. He's concerned with your holiness and your righteous reputation. If it's not actually righteous, if it's not actually upright, if you're not actually above reproach, then he wants you to be humble. He wants you to admit when you've done something wrong. He wants you to repent. And in your weakness, he will show his strength through that. And it will be part of your testimony. It'll be part of your sanctification journey. But it does no good for you to just pretend like you're always right, or to pretend like there's no fault to your name. We're all imperfect. We've all done something wrong. We've all been wrong about something, whether that be in our lifestyle or maybe the things that we've believed, some of the things that we've said. We've all been wrong. Okay, that's why it's so important to make sure that we study truth, that we listen to truth, that we feed ourselves truth and not lies and theories and fallacies. And what the song says right here, we need to wake up. We need to not be asleep and just blindly listen to people tugging us by our rage. We need to be calm. We need to get back to the things that God has told us to focus on. And we need to, with a sound mind, be able to understand what is truth and what is not. What is truth and what are lies that are being built up through anger and deception and taking advantage of these people, because the outcome is going to be these last lines. Endless belief in a liar leads to a violent backfire. And I think that right now we are living in that. Right now, this the whole deconstruction and evangelicalism and people questioning their faith, the whole political landscape just kind of flipping on top of itself. Everything right now is being rearranged. What's the word? There's a great leveling happening right now. And I said before in one of the Classic Disaster concerts, I really feel like God is pruning the church right now, pruning the church and seeing who is focused on the truth and who is focused on the theories and fallacies, who's focused on the things that God is not even saying anything about in the Bible, and who's trying to put their focus on what the Bible actually teaches us to focus on. Because if we just listen to the lies, if we just listen to the fallacies and the theories and the things that don't matter, then we're going to have this violent backfire of people calling us out on our lies, people calling us out on the theories and the fallacies, people calling us out on the pride and on the unwillingness to have humbleness and see the truth. And that's exactly what's happened in our culture today, in all of these different spaces, in politics and religion and relationships and the social arena, all that stuff. So, man, yeah, what a song. August Burns Red, you guys did a great job with this song. I am really, really excited to continue to listen to the songs coming out through you guys, because I think these new songs so far have just really pinpointed what we are all going through right now in our relationships and in the country and in the world, in our hearts, and it's very timely. So really, really great job, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, then you can do me a huge favor. You can leave this video a thumbs up, you can hit the subscribe button, and you can hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when new videos arrive. And go ahead and leave me a comment below. What did you think about today's video? What are your thoughts? And what do you want to see next on the channel? And if you want to support me and what I'm doing here, one of the best ways that you can do that is to support my band, Classic Disaster. We've got a lot of fun things planned for 2023, so go ahead, follow Classic Disaster, follow Sanctify Studios, and go ahead and subscribe to the podcast Sanctify Radio. Till next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care.